Hello, everybody. All right, this video is in demand in any market, any city, any community that I do a community spotlight on. And the immediate question is, how do I meet available, sexy, single people in my town? And so I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to do that in Long Beach. And we're just going to communicate to you some angles you may not have thought of on how to meet perhaps the person of your dreams, perhaps just a companion, perhaps just a friend, or somebody to help you walk the dog. It's up to you. Now, these tips can apply to any age. As I mentioned before, 28, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, and above. I mean, 108. If you're 108 years old, you may want to use one of these tips. And in Long Beach, the key to meeting smart, sexy, available singles is to tie into what's already there, and that's the history and legacy of the city. So as I mentioned in my other video, the original attraction, that is the amusement attraction, much like the Queen Mary or other public attractions like Disneyland style amusements, the original one was the ship that wrecked out in the bay, and they towed it in the 1700s and opened it up as an attraction called the San Diablo. And at that time, the natives would trade beads and leathers and other trinkets to get onto the attraction. And of course, they loved it. So that's what you want to do here in Long Beach if you're trying to meet smart, sexy, available singles, is start your own attraction. Guys, if you don't think you can meet somebody that's smart and sexy and single, you haven't opened your own attraction, your own amusement. So it doesn't have to be an amusement park. It doesn't have to be a haunted house. It doesn't have to be the Queen Mary. Just use what's available in your apartment and get the requisite permits from the city, and you're off and running, guys. So what is it about your apartment or condo or house that you could turn into something that the public would pay to see? Okay, so let's think about the emotions that they are looking for when they go to an amusement like that. So it could be joy. It could be fear, like a haunted house. It could be, let's back up. So joy, like Disneyland. If you haven't seen people smile, you haven't been to Disneyland. So that's joy. Then we talked about fear. It could be disgust. All right? Like a shock. Shockingly disgusting, okay? So once you figure out what your abode what kind of emotions you could generate by people just coming through, well, then you're off to the races. So let's say you have a very attractive, beautiful, clean, and spotless, inspiring place, apartment, house. Well, then all you do is sell tickets. Guys, it's that easy. You get the permits from the city and you get people to tour your home. I'm telling you, if you can't meet sexy available singles in your age range or whatever you're looking for by selling tickets to your own house, then something's wrong. All right, let's say you're looking for disgust. Does your apartment is it disgusting? Well, then if so, you're gonna be rich because now you need a cool name. Let's make it easy. Let's say your name is Dave. You call it Disgusting Dave's Dust Dump or Disgusting Dave's Dump. All right, you get the permit from the city. You get the health department to check it out, make sure it's not transferring, typhus to the general public, and you open it up for tours. Guys, I can't believe that these things aren't being done right now. So now you don't have to get a new building. You don't have to open up a cafe to go with it. You don't need a food service. You don't need a staff. You just need to sell tickets online to your own place where you live. Guys, all right, let's say it's, what was the other one? Fear. All right. So in that case, disgust is one thing, but fear is a whole different thing. And this is where it helps if you live in a dilapidated place. If your home is dilapidated and in need of repair, you have a built-in haunted house that you can open up year-round. Okay, and so now the city has to approve it. Don't just open it up. Don't just start selling tickets to your own home and think that's going to work. That's not. You need to get permits for the city. You need to get authorization. You need to make sure it's safe. Okay, but if you've lived there for so long in such a dump and are still alive, then the chances are good that it'll work for the public as well. But you need to make sure you meet city codes and all that stuff. But guys, this is a brilliant idea, and it's custom made for Long Beach, because Long Beach has a long history of hosting attractions and amusements, and it goes back to the 1700s. Like I say, when that first ship from Spain came up alongside the coast and then wrecked, what did Spain do? Did they cry? Did they cry in their Spanish coffee? No. They sent another ship. They sent another couple ships to tow it into the beach, and they opened it up as an attraction called the San Diablo, the wreck of the San Diablo. And it was a huge hit, and ever since then, they've been making money from the area. And again, that's why they were exploring. Everybody says, oh, they wanted to spread the word of God, which they did with the missions. And that was a success. They were able to do that. But they also needed money. They needed cash. And so when the ship wrecked, the question wasn't, oh, what do we do? I don't know what to do. No, the question was, how do we make money off of this? And that tradition has gone on through in Long Beach ever since. So that's the number one idea. Open up your own amusement, your own attraction. And remember, the city tax code is already in your favor because that's how they make their money. So we could in fact, we might do a whole separate video on that because it's such a great idea, and there's different ways you can handle it. But there you go. Open up your own place for tours and scary or joyous or disgusting emotional joy rides. All right, so number two is you've got to associate yourself with the target market that you're going for in the form of their clubs. So let's say you're a woman at the age of 45. You want to attract a man between 45 and 65 years old in Long Beach. So you have to join an association that they might already be a part of. So that could be classic cars. It could be a boating marina. It could be a sailing society, tennis, golf, whatever it is. You need to. So now in Long Beach, what's important is the hook that you're going to go for is that you are going to teach them. See, this goes back to offering value for value. So you sidle up to them at the club, at the in between sets or between holes or at the marina bar, whatever it is. You sidle up to them and you go, look, I've been watching you. I can give you some tips. I'm an expert. Now, you don't have to be an expert. You can fake the whole thing. That's up to you. But all I'm saying is you offer them a service in terms of teaching them how to become better at their sport. And you don't, of course, want to go after the best in the club. You go after the guys that have money, are attractive to you, and are terrible at their sport. Terrible at their activity. And because all you have to do, guys, is go on YouTube and get the information, because they're too lazy to do it. And they love golf, they love tennis, they love sailing. They're just terrible at it, and they don't want to put in the effort to get better. That's where you come in. All right, that's idea number two. Guys, I can't believe I'm not charging for these ideas. They're just coming out of my brain. But you can have them for free. It's part of the value of being a subscriber. If you're not subscribed to my video channel here on the YouTuber, give it a smash. All right, let's do one more. Third idea on how to meet smart, sexy, available people at any age. Guys, you can be any age. Let's go young. Let's say you're 28. To me, that's young. Now, if you're 18, you're saying, well, that's ancient. But let's use a 28-year-old trying to attract a 35-year-old. So let's go the other way. Let's say it's a guy. He's 28. And let's say he's trying to meet somebody his own age, the exact same age. So one 28-year-old guy trying to meet a 28-year-old girl. Now, what do you have in Long Beach that is so appealing to people from all over the state and the Southwest region, all over the country? They come to Long Beach. Why? Because of the food and the bars downtown. Long Beach has one of the renowned downtowns with some of the best restaurants and bars known in the state. Everybody in the California Restaurant Association points to Long Beach as a leader in this area. So what you want to do is open up your own restaurant. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be elaborate. You might only offer 2 items. I'm telling you, to get started, that's all you need. And then what's going to happen? It's going to be a success, a huge success. Why? Because there's already the foot traffic at the 800 other restaurants. You just need to ride the coattails. You don't have to do it. You don't even have to do any publicity or advertising. They're just going to walk right in. And now what do? You get their emails. You get their contact information, including those smart, sexy, available singles that you want to meet. Guys, I can't believe no one's doing these ideas right now. Those are 3 great ideas on how to meet the person of your dreams, or just somebody you want to have companionship with, or some kind of relationship. That's up to you to decide when you negotiate it with them. I hope that helps. That's Long Beach super smart, sexy, available singles success tips.